What's up, folks? Judd here. I'm making this video today because I had a hard time finding resources on submitting cards to PSA. And this is how I was going to send my cards, all in top loaders. And for some reason, just didn't feel right. That's my first ever PSA order. I'm just going to go through quickly what I got and show you guys, what I'm sending, the conditions I think they're in, and how to actually pack these cards. Because top loaders are not the way to go. Apparently they can damage the card in transit, which, makes perfect sense. And I'm just glad I double checked, because on the PSA website, it says you can use top loaders. And then like everywhere else you look says do not use top loaders, use card savers. So, and these are pretty tricky to find nowadays, especially with all the hype around grading and all this. So I got lucky. I found the pack, and I'm just gonna go through and talk a little bit about what I'm grading and kind of why I'm grading it. So this is a Blue Eyes White Dragon Yu-Gi-Oh card. I thought it looked good. This is like an alternate art from a pretty cheap pack, believe it or not, but kind of just a pet card. And I want to see how it grades, and I'm curious in the grading game, just like how much value it actually adds, because this is a pretty cheap card, and you guys might see this and be like, why the hell are you gonna grade this? This card's like, I don't know, $5 maybe, maybe not even, maybe $3, something like that. But I'm just curious, and something about having that slab is really cool. So this, just like this, penny sleeve, and then into a card saver. This is how PSA wants it. Safe, it's not going to move, edges aren't going to get damaged. It makes perfect sense. It's not going to get scuffed, because in here, regardless if it's in a sleeve or not, this doesn't look like it's going to bounce around. But let me tell you, I was in shipping for many years. The shipping cycle is a nightmare. So things do move, things do shift. This is also Dark Magician, and this is from the first edition. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it means anything, because the entire print run was first edition. So it probably doesn't mean anything. But, I thought it looked good. Centering was good. I bought a bunch of these because they were actually on clearance. And, pretty cool. Oh, my goodness. I think my alarm's going off again. Jesus Christ. When am I going to learn? Just unplug it. Got a new alarm clock. Full disclosure. I was trying to set the time, turned on the alarm, and didn't bother to fix it. But in any event, I'm gonna pause this, and with the features of movie magic, I can fix this. Give me one sec. All right, I'm back. I'll try and fix that in post. Okay. Anyway, Dark Magician. This is the limited edition version, which also means basically nothing. It's not very rare. It's just, they say they print it with limited edition on it to, make people, I guess, think it's rare, question mark, I'm not too sure. But these are actually kind of tricky to open. Very easy to put cards in. Just be gentle. You don't want to damage the edge or anything like that, God forbid. So these are the only Yu-Gi-Oh cards I'm getting graded. Just these little guys. If I had, obviously if I had classic cards or anything first edition or anything OG, I would be grading that. But I do not. I was a dumb kid when I played, and I had no idea what the world would become. This is something I'm really excited to get graded, because I felt like the condition was excellent. I feel like this is a strong contender for a 10. There was little to no damage. Actually, nothing visible, to be honest. The centering looks good, in my opinion. I'm obviously not a PSA grader, but I do have a few cards that are graded, and this looks like a win. There was no surface damage, thankfully. Yeah, so let's get this into a card saver and get it on its way. In before I scuff it somehow. I'll be very gentle. My ears are ringing right now. You want to try and get it into the middle of the actual card saver as well. that down a little bit. You don't want to get it bent or anything like that. I should probably have put on, oh my goodness, I'm like butchering this. Whew. This is harder than it looks, guys. I'm not playing around anymore. This thing don't want to go in. The Yu-Gi-Oh cards are a lot easier to get in centered. Oh, it's a 9.5 now. This is like a joke. Okay. We're in. We're in. Still want down a little bit more. Looks good. Hopefully it looks really good graded. Super cool. All right, and then these guys, I did say I got a couple elite trainers, so yeah, obviously I'm gonna get these graded. These actually looked really good out of the box as well. No surface damage, nothing like that, except for one. One had a tiny nick. Yeah, one had a tiny nick up here. If you could see, I'm not even sure if that comes through. And a separate one actually had a small nick on the back. That, there, I see it's this one. Very tiny little factory chip. I don't know if you could even see it. Probably could. Let me get a little close. Yeah. So I'm curious what this will grade as. This is probably, I mean, I don't even know. Is it 8? Is it 9 because of that one little imperfection? And this is something right from the factory. It was in the sealed pack. As I opened it, you know, I turned the sealed pack around and I saw it. I was like, holy shit, this is horrible. But, you know, that's the name of the game, I guess. I don't know. I really don't even know because, sorry, I'm trying to focus here. You know, these are things that you can't even control. It's a factory type of thing. It's mass produced, whether we want to think it's made well or not, whatever the case, you know. These are things that are just put on printers and cut by machines. So there's gonna be, you know, there's always gonna be some sort of error. But you can't deny that this art's not incredible. For something that comes in every single box, this art is excellent. So beautiful. Foiling's really cool. The card's actually textured, which is really cool. Can't tell, I'm not gonna take it out of the penny sleeve, but trust me when I tell you, it's textured. If you can get your hands on elite trainers for a reasonable price, 100%, that's a product that has my blessing. I wouldn't pay above like $60, just because, you know, scalping is really shitty. But, you know, I did. Oh my god, that came right out of the sleeve. That's bad. That's bad, guys. See, that's why you always check your sides. I thought I had this in on the other side. And you always gotta be careful putting them in here, because you can very easily scuff the bottom of the card if it catches the edge of the plastic. Very easily. Same with this. That's why I'm trying to be as meticulous as possible. I don't have a ton of experience in submitting the PSA, but I have a lot of experience in handling cards, and you know, I just want to get it in there and then just kind of tap it in. Even if it's not 100% even, that's okay, because we just want it. Just want to make sure it's in there, in that card saver, nice and tight, not going to shift, not going to move during shipping. Might be a little crooked, but that's all right. This video should just be called Judd bangs on the table vigorously for like 20 minutes. All right, so we're going to check. I did these all at different times, so yeah, okay, so this one's sealed at the bottom as well, which would be fine, but makes it a little tricky. I think this one's the damaged one as well, so let's not damage it more. So you see, You want to just get it in on one end and then kind of tilt it to the side. Make sure you don't scratch the bottom. Yeah, this one has that little factory chip. And you know what? I was talking to a buddy of mine. He was like, why the hell would you even grade it? You know, just sell it. Just offload it to someone. And, you know, I was like, shit, that's like maybe 90 to 100% of people's mentality in trading cards these days. And are they wrong or am I wrong? You know, I don't know. Who am I to judge that type of thing? But that wasn't even a thought in my mind. You know, I opened this. I want to see how it does. I was really excited to open it, even though it just comes in the ETPs. But, like, my last thought was, oh, let me just sell it because it's not perfect and try again. You know? I don't know. I just think the trading card game's getting so out of hand that people are, you know, some unsavory characters, let's just say, have joined the fray. This one's also from the bottom. All right, so this one is a little different. This is from a tin. Oh, I just dropped it. So this is from a tin. The centering is not that good. And it had a little bit of edge wear that you can't actually see anymore, which is odd. So you can see how the centering's not 100% great. It might be hard to tell. No, it's actually pretty easy to tell even on camera. So the left side's obviously a little bit bigger than the right side. And that just happens. Again, you know, these things are machine made, so it's not perfect. But really cool art, man. Like, and Charizard Factor, this is cool. This is from the Hidden Fates tin. I did happen to get a couple of those, and I paid a really good price. I think I only paid like $35 each. That was from a buddy of mine who owns a store, and he had a few left. And we did a couple tin wars where he opened like 3 and I think I opened 3. And you know what? Not one Charizard in sight, except for this one. I just realized that the camera's shaking pretty crazily. So I apologize, but I want to make sure these are really in there and, you know, make sure I get these guys there safely. So again, even though it's not fully in, these aren't coming out, you know? Like this I'm really shaking this. It's not coming out, you know? So especially I'm gonna be wrapping these in some bubble wrap and then in some plastic to keep it all, you know, together. And it'll actually be a lot cheaper to ship. I'm probably just gonna next day air it. I know PSA is so backed up and it's probably not worth it, but I am a big fan of UPS next day service. It's something I worked for the company for a long time. I know they treat that stuff. They treat that stuff like gold. The next days. I know there's a lot of hate out there, but you get no hate from here, UPS guys. You guys work really hard all year round. So shout out. Shout out to my UPS homies. FedEx, you guys good. You guys are right too. And the real MVP, the unsung hero of America, United States Postal Service. That's for damn sure. I know, say what you will about them, but this actually has excellent centering. See how it's like very symmetrical? That's usually what they mean. I mean, the front matters too, but I've very rarely seen a card with bad centering from the front. And I'm not going to lie, guys, I have no goddamn clue what this picture's even showing. It's just colors to me, but it looks beautiful. We got a Lucario. I think this is probably my best Hidden Fates hit. I'm pretty sure this is Hidden Fates. I'm going to feel like a dummy if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's Hidden Fates. And I put it in on the wrong side again. Oh, no, it's not good. These are textured. Did I scratch it? That's what I get for not being prepared. No, I think we're okay. This was actually in really nice condition as well. Centering was pretty good. Maybe a touch off, like more favor to the left side, but overall pretty good. Maybe like a 9. You know, again, I don't know. I'm partly making this video just to, when I get my grades back, I know it's gonna, you know, that's maybe we're talking months from now, but I'd like to be able to have like a comparison. You know, hey, this is what the cards looked like when they went away. This is the grade they got. And you know, I'm not putting a ton of force on these. I just want you guys to I want that to be known. You know, I'm not putting a ton of pressure on these when I'm putting them into the card savers. I know I'm bending the sleeve, but you know, obviously it's thin plastic. I'm really not trying to push too hard on the card, just hard enough to get it in. You know? So, going into some Magic. My first love. Actually, technically Yu-Gi-Oh! Was my first love. So, I stand corrected on that one. But, these cards are sweet, but I'm grading them for a few reasons. These are all collector booster cards, and some are like the Double Master box topper stuff. And they usually have print lines, and these don't. So, I don't know if it's coming through. Yeah, you see? There's usually a really ugly print line right down the center, and these don't have that. And on top of that, centering's pretty good. So I'm curious. I don't see these cards graded, to be honest. I know they're fairly new. And I just think Ugin's one of my favorite Planeswalkers. Super powerful card. I don't really play big colorless cards, to be honest. So this really doesn't serve me any purpose. I was going to sell them on TCGPlayer, and I was like, you know what? It's really nice art. This is an alternate art. This is an alternate art. I'm not sure when they're going to come around again. You know, if I get rid of these for like, I don't know, what, $30 right now, they're kind of at the bottom. I'm not going to feel good about it. You know, when I see the price of these in like a few years when they're back at $100 raw and God knows what graded, I'm going to feel kind of bad. This one's also open from the bottom. I'll make sure this gets in there nice. Okay. So this card's beautiful. Again, no print lines, which is like super rare for something that comes out of modern day Magic packs. Or super rare in my opinion. I'm pretty sure it's like a community stance because everyone's kind of just generally unhappy with their quality. But as much as I am unhappy, I wish I could stop supporting. But you make relationships, you get involved in the community. I'm really good friends with my local store owner, and you know, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop. Give me one sec. Oh, I dropped the camera. Sorry guys, camera fell and I want to kind of adjust the camera angle. So hopefully this looks better. But also, I want to apologize for my voice. It's very hoarse. I don't know if it's allergies. I hope I'm not getting sick, you know, knock on table, but we'll see. Anyway, let's get back into this. Karn Liberated. I've never been a Tron player for my Magic fans out there, but when Double Masters came out, I kind of opened all the makings of Tron and started playing it a little bit with a couple friends. And to be honest, I felt like the devil. I felt like an enemy of the state. The centering is not good on this card, like whatsoever. But I don't really care. I want to grade it. I think the art is wonderful. I think my man Mark Teeden does a great job. A great Magic artist. And this is like a one-of-a-kind type of thing, you know. If anyone is a follower of Alpha Investments, you know, he always says the specialty print runs and stuff like that that's really popular almost becomes a reserve list in itself. Like, who knows when this is going to get another printing, this particular card in foil. Sure, it might be a list card and be non-foil borderless or something like that, but this particular card came from a very expensive product that's supposedly limited, even though I see them opened and stolen in Target and Walmart. That's a whole nother video. It makes me sick to my stomach, by the way, because it cheapens the game, it cheapens the brand, it cheapens everything. It's like insane, but whatever. I digress. Also, they charge $150 in those stores for one VIP pack, which is insane. But anyway, I open this. I want to get it graded. Again, no print quality issues, but there were very few on Double Masters compared to like the regular collector boxes. And here she is, my main girl, Kali of the Vast. My first ever commander, one of my favorite commanders to play. Super fun, beautiful art. This is Scott Fisher. He's another one of my favorite Magic artists. And yeah, he did the new Force of Will. He's done so many, you know, beautiful beautiful art cards. He's got a very particular... Actually, I wouldn't even say he has a very particular style. There are some cards that I see that are him, and I couldn't tell right away, but, after looking at it, it kind of makes sense. But he has this very beautiful use of color, in my opinion. And he really... I don't know, his art definitely connects with me. Like, I don't see... Like, and you got to see the YouTube video of him actually making this from start to finish is just incredible. It is so... And obviously, this is scaled down to, what, 3x4 or whatever, a really small image, maybe 3x2, and it is excellent. So I could just admire that. So beautiful. Anyway, moving on. Stop nerding out, Judd. So we have Space Godzilla, the Death Sea. So I don't know if you guys were or are into Magic or were into Magic, but obviously there's something a little funny about this. Right? This ain't right. This came out right after lockdown. Ikoria came out. Now, obviously, Wizards didn't know what was going to happen. Sets are made like 2 years in the past. So this was probably something, the Corona beam is something from Godzilla. So it's not a grand conspiracy theory like people were saying, that Wizards is time travelers and they know about the reserve list and all this crazy shit you read on Reddit at 4 a.m. But I did buy a few collector boxes of this. I was in lockdown in my house in New York, and my buddy who owns a GameStop, no, not GameStop, a game store, wasn't doing too well. And he texted me. He was like, hey, man, I have some collector boxes if you're interested. And I was going to skip this product. And I was like, you know what? Sure, man, let me get a couple. I got like 3, I think. And opened them, kept most of the cards because a lot of these cards are really cool. Space Godzilla, this was the box topper, and this was one of the ones I opened. I think this is the most expensive card in this set. I'm not too sure why, because I didn't even know who Juddhere was. I guess it's a big Godzilla franchise villain, but I'm not a huge Godzilla fan. That's more my brother's territory. He's like, I think he dressed up as Mothra for Halloween one year. But this card, so people thought Wizards were going to do a few things when this was originally spoiled. They thought they were going to cancel the print run altogether because of what was going on in the world. At that time, it was around April. We were losing people by the thousands per day, especially here in New York. New York was insane. Not that my pandemic was worse than anyone else's, but New York was crazy. And, I remember talking to a few of my local buddies that play Magic, and they were like, I'm going to be amazed if Wizards ships the product as is. Of course, they came out and they fixed it and they removed it from any future print runs. But, this card made it to print and was like super sought after and also super hated. Obviously, there's good reason for both. I think there's better reason to hate it. But I think this is a very interesting collectible, especially in a post-2020 world where, we're all so affected by what went on, and something as simple as a little piece of graded cardboard could encapsulate a little bit of that. I think that's pretty cool. But still, I remember this card was pre-sailing for like 600 foil, and selling every day, all day, because people were like, there's not gonna be any way to get it. Wizards is never gonna let this ship. And then Wizards let it ship, and I think it went down to... It's actually still moderately expensive, because this card is borderline unplayable. This card is awful. This is like the worst type of card. It's really, really bad, especially in any form, in casual, and it's just bad. It's a bad card. But, just the hype, just the name, whatever. This art's just super sweet. This card's not very good either. I mean, he's like fringe playable. You can use him in some decks for sure, but he is nowhere near good in my opinion. I'm sure some people probably like him, but not for me. Then we have Juddhere. This was one of the cards I was super pumped to open. The card's beautiful. I opened this in a pack, and again, no print lines. Interesting, right? Centering was decent. Maybe that's an understatement. That's not bad. It's really not that bad. It's probably like a 9 centering. But again, this is, you know, this is something I'm thinking long-term on. I'm thinking, you know, 5-10 years from now, Korea original print run's done. You know, these cards are drying up in the marketplace. And, you know, there are Godzilla fans that come across this somewhere. And like, holy shit, how'd I miss this? You know, or Magic. You know, Magic's not going anywhere, guys. Like, as much as everyone hates on it and thinks it's a dead game and is run by, you know, idiots and so on and so forth, it's really not going anywhere. Is that in the sleeve? Yeah, it is. Oh my god. Just doing a quick once over, and there was like a little fuzz in the actual sleeve. That's not good. All right, guys. Let's just do a quick once over, and I'm gonna call this a video. It's probably gonna be a long video, so I apologize. Hope you guys, well, maybe you like this type of video. I don't know. Let me fix this. This isn't 100 way all the way in. Maybe, you know, maybe this type of video is right up the cut of your jib. I don't know. I had fun making it. I'm gonna have fun reviewing these cards when they come slabbed. And I'm going to keep having fun opening and selling cards and trying to be a vendor and doing what I got to do. You know, because at the end of the day, that's all you can do. I sell often on TCGPlayer. Link will be in the description. I'm going to try to have opening videos as often as possible. I'm going to try to start doing some giveaways and, you know, try and have maybe something special for the holidays. And that's pretty much it, guys. So, again, I appreciate all the support. I appreciate everyone, all the new subs, all the new followers. You know, we're trying to grow this channel. And if you haven't checked out my boy Robbie Boxes, go check him out as well. All right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Peace and love. Be good to each other. Take care.